Hey, what's going on, guys? It's OGCP Da Silva. I hope you guys had an awesome Christmas break. I know I sure as heck did. Spent mine with family, friends, ate some great food, and also did quite a bit of gaming, and that's why I haven't uploaded in quite some time. But this video is the Q&A video for 1,000 subscribers, which again, I would like you guys to know I appreciate every single one of you for helping me reach this awesome milestone. With that being said, let's get started right into the video. The first question comes from 2Bros Gaming 57, and he asks, what is your favorite video game of all time? Now, I've played a lot of video games ever since I was 5 years old. That's when I started playing, and honestly, the game that really captured the most of my time and hours spent in a single video game would have to be Star Wars: The Knights of the Old Republic 2. This is on the original Xbox, and there were many hours spent in that game. I mean, you could play it from start to finish 3 different times. You could play it through light mode, dark mode, or dark side, light side, and even neutral. So you can imagine, especially being a role-playing game where every decision creates a different scenario and opens up new dialogues, there were different possibilities each and every time, and I wanted to discover those and wanted to discover and explore also at the same time what I could open up, you know, what different thing I can do which would influence the game this way or that. So that's why I spent a lot of time playing that game. Second question comes from Mr. O'Rays. What is your most embarrassing moment of all time? There isn't one specifically that I could say is the most embarrassing, but one that comes off the top of my head right now is in elementary school. I was in the talent show, and I believe I did a dance or a dance move that was really embarrassing. That at that time, you know, I'm innocent, young, and naive. I don't know what everything means, but there was one where I crossed my arms near my private area, and of course everybody knows what that means, but I for some reason didn't, and I did that in front of the whole school, and people were looking at me kind of funny, and I really didn't know why, but I think it was after the show or sometime during school again, when we had classes, one of my friends told me that this is what it means, and yeah, so it was kind of embarrassing, and honestly, I never did it again. With that being said, the next question comes from the Silent Ginger. He asks, do you think Morgan Freeman gives good hugs? You know what? I'm gonna say yes. I mean, I honestly would love a hug from Morgan Freeman. I think he's a kind, loving, and really great hug giver. I don't know, that he just seems the type. So, you know what? I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say yes, he does. Next question comes from Rocky Cinema. Why commentating and not something else? Honestly, I love gaming, and I love providing a topic behind the gameplay. So, if you put the two together, that's why I wanted to do commentating. If I'm not talking about something related to gaming, I could talk about anything else I want, right? So it could be any topic that's relevant or something that is really important to me that I really want to discuss. Any opinions I have about a topic I could discuss as well. And again, if I don't want to talk about anything else, I could just refer to the gameplay itself, and I have those two options, so that's why I went with the commentating route here on YouTube. Next question comes from Who's That Chick? What's your Zodiac sign? My Zodiac sign is the Taurus. I think it's a bull or something like that, but yeah. Next question comes from Hellboy Razor. Why Call of Duty, not Halo? Which one do you think is better? Honestly, I love both, okay? I started off with Halo. That was my first series in the first-person genre that I fell in love with. But Call of Duty, in terms of YouTube, does really well, and it enjoys a wider fan base, right? A lot more people are into Call of Duty, and Call of Duty just thrives on YouTube. And honestly, it makes a lot of sense to me. If I'm able to reach a wider audience, I'm able to, you know, show my videos to a lot more people, and what better way to do that than providing Call of Duty on the channel? And I base my channel on Call of Duty. Here and there, rare instances will I upload Halo, but in terms of which is better, you know, since I've been a Halo fan before Call of Duty, I'm gonna have to go with Halo. Next question comes from Phantoms. How did you get into YouTube or even gaming? Now, in terms of gaming, I've been gaming since I was 5 years old when my mom got me the Super Nintendo, and I played Super Mario Bros. 2. I think that was my very first game that I played, and honestly, that's where my gaming career started. Like I do this for a living, but Yeah, that's where I started with gaming. How did I get into YouTube? The very first video, or actually the YouTube commentator who really inspired me to start creating videos here on YouTube was White Boy 7th Street. I don't really follow him that much anymore. Actually, I don't follow him at all anymore. But he was one of the first people that I watched playing Black Ops 1 that I really got into commentating. I was like, you know what? If this guy can do it, he's really funny and he knows a little bit about the game. And I myself have been a gamer, been gaming all my life. You know, why not me? Why not me? Why can't I create YouTube videos about gaming? So that's why, or how, I got started into the whole YouTube thing. Next question comes from Pace Mikey. Who is your favorite YouTube commentator? There are a lot of commentators I enjoy, okay? There are a lot of people that I respect and a lot of people that I find their videos very entertaining and also very informational. But the one person that I think would be my favorite YouTube commentator would have to be The Legend of Thunder, or 402 Thunder 402. The dude is just very real, and commentaries, or you know, just commentating in general, comes very natural to him, and he's just naturally funny as well. I mean, he doesn't really try too hard to be funny, and he doesn't try too hard to impress people. I've also been fortunate enough to be featured on Thunderstruck Gaming, his community channel, quite a few times as well, so I have a huge amount of respect for The Legend of Thunder. So my favorite commentator right now on YouTube, Legend of Thunder. Next question comes from FIFA 11 Skills Fan. When do you have to go back for more military stuff? Also, boss or beast? I just finished up with my annual training this year for 2015, so I don't have to do the annual training, which is the 2 weeks that I'm gone. So that's good for 2015. I don't have to do that, but I'm also a National Guardsman, right, for the Army National Guard Reserve. And each month, one weekend out of the month, we go for drill with our unit. And in January is the next time I'm going to be doing that for a weekend. I'm not sure the dates right now at the top of my head, but sometime in January for a weekend, Saturday and Sunday, I'll be going for drill. Next question comes from the Vids Live. Virgin or nah, mate? Honestly, that question, you know, a lot of young people are concerned with, but when you grow older, it doesn't really make a difference anymore. And I'll actually dedicate a topic and video on that specifically, and I'll answer that during that time. Next question comes from Absolute Pop. Top 5 films of all time. Honestly, I don't watch a whole lot of films or movies, but some of the ones that I really enjoyed were, and these are in no particular order, Nacho Libre. I think that's one of the videos that's, or movies that's kind of the stupid funny movies, you know. It's just like, it's not a very great movie, like not awe-inspiring or anything like that, but it was really funny because it was really stupid, you know what I mean? You know, one of those stupid funny movies? Nacho Libre was definitely one of those. Iron Man, the original, the first one. The first one was the best Marvel movie in my opinion, you know? And Iron Man is my favorite Marvel character. So with that being said, let's move on to another Marvel movie called The Avengers, because having all those superheroes all together and interacting with each other made for a great film, and I honestly enjoyed that. Number 4, I'm huge into Disney movies, so Toy Story and then Mulan. Those two movies are also in my top 5 films of all time. Next question comes from Roman Gillian. What's your nationality and what's your favorite sport? My nationality is American. I was born here, but my parents are from Pakistan, so that's why I'm brown. So I guess that would make me Pakistani American. But yeah, I was born here. What's my favorite sport? That would have to be basketball. Next question comes from my own brother, Arrow Shot. If you could only play Modern Warfare 3 or Ghosts for the rest of your life, which one would it be? Ha 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 ha. The torture, man. Torture indeed. Man, my brother knows me too well. What a question. Honestly, people hated Modern Warfare 3, or strongly disliked, I should say, Modern Warfare 3 and Ghosts. Probably the worst in the franchise, and honestly, I feel the same way. I didn't really like these two games. But if I had to choose one to play for the rest of my life, man. Oh my goodness, this is close. But I would choose Modern Warfare 3 over Ghosts, just because Ghosts, on top of being bad, it was just boring. Like, honestly, I just couldn't do it. There was nothing fun about it. paired with the big maps, it just wasn't a good game. It just wasn't a great game at all. Next question comes from Flow True. What is your worst experience? You know, there are two that I could think of right now. Number one, this was back in the day when I first saw or experienced death. It was of an animal, and I think this was when my grandma was alive. She would cook chickens, but actually she would kill them in front of us, not on purpose or anything like that, but since we were raising chickens, we had one of the chickens that they wanted to cook, so she literally just grabbed it by its neck and started just slicing its throat right there and then. And I saw that for a little bit and I just had to turn away. You know, I went to my room and just closed my ears because I could hear it screaming, and it was just very traumatizing. I was like, oh my god, you know what I mean? And then they were also cooking it, and when they gave it to us for food, I'm like, nope, I am not eating that chicken, man. I raised that chicken, and to see it die like that and to eat it is it's very crazy. So I definitely didn't want any part of that. Second one is we had a dog and a bunch of those chickens also. I guess one night we had left them open and forgot to lock them up, and the dog obviously got a hold of a few of them, ate them up, and when we woke up in the morning we saw feathers everywhere and we saw some body parts, and it was pretty disgusting, very traumatizing as well. Anyways, moving on to the next question. Comes from Orbit Retro X. He asks, why and how did you end up on YouTube? Now, as far as why, it was inevitable. I was going to be on YouTube one way or the other. It just was a matter of what I was going to do with it. You know, I watch YouTube videos all the freaking time, and honestly, my passion for gaming and, you know, having a topic or a message, you know, I want to provide a message that is positive and uplifting. If I can do that to change people's lives, or at least, you know, give someone some encouragement, that's my purpose on YouTube. I've discussed that before, but you know, how, basically, you know, like I said before, I've answered this. YouTube, watching it and watching different commentators, White Boy 7th Street was kind of one of the most inspiring YouTubers at that time that really got me into creating YouTube videos. Next question, and the last question, comes from NJ Polak. He asks, how did you discover the Call of Duty franchise, and what is your first Call of Duty game that you've played? Now, I didn't discover Call of Duty through YouTube. The first time I've discovered Call of Duty was playing with my cousins, and they pulled out Call of Duty 2, the big red one, I believe that's what it was, and we played together on there, and there was a gun on there called the trench gun that was really overpowered, and it was just a lot of fun, you know, just playing Call of Duty, because before all we would play was Halo. So playing a different first-person shooter, I was like, what's this Call of Duty thing? And you know, we played it through and it was something different and it was a lot of fun. I was like, you know, what's this about? So definitely I was introduced to the franchise through my cousins as we played it together. But in terms of what is my first Call of Duty game that I played, well, actually I answered that, but what I wanted to answer also is what I purchased. What was my very first Call of Duty that I've owned was Black Ops 1 for the 360, and honestly that is my favorite Call of Duty till this day. So with that being said, that does it for the Q&A session. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video and learned a little bit about me even more, or I answered something that you didn't know about me as well. So with that being said, I'll catch you guys on the next one. This is OGCP Da Silva, and I am signing off.
Recharged and ready.